Hello and welcome to the Daily Bible Podcast. My name is William Hemsworth. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're continuing on through Matthew chapter 11. And today we're going to look at Matthew chapter 11, verses 15 through 17. And those verses say, "He who has ears to hear, let him hear. But to what shall I compare this generation? It is like children sitting in the marketplaces and calling to their playmates. We piped to you, and you did not dance. We wailed, and you did not mourn." Well, the first verse, verse 15, Jesus says, "He who has ears, let him hear." He said that directly after saying that John the Baptist came in the spirit of Elijah. And so whenever Jesus says things like this, whoever has ears to hear, let him hear, or amen, amen, I say to you, it is something very important to listen to because it's a key to his message. In the case of John the Baptist, the Old Testament prophesies that the Messiah would have a forerunner who comes in the spirit of Elijah. Jesus is calling attention to that here, so it's very important. We can't look over those two phrases. Again, those two phrases are, "He who has ears to hear, let him hear," and "Amen, amen, I say to you." Whenever Jesus says one of those two things, something huge is about to happen or has just happened. And then Jesus goes on and he exposes the excuses of his contemporaries. He's exposing the excuses of the Pharisees, the Sadducees, the scribes in regard to his message. And he does so by calling to mind children and their playmates. And so this children's song highlights the joyousness of a wedding, where Jesus says, we pipe to you. That's the joyousness of a wedding. And that reflects Jesus' ministry. It also brings to mind the solemn occasion of a funeral, when that same song that Jesus is talking about that the kids are saying, where it says, "We wailed," and it reflects the ministry of John. And in doing so, the unbelievers of Jesus' generation refuse his invitation, both of them, Christ and John the Baptist, to embrace the kingdom. So that's some background on those three verses today. Couple takeaways is, just like I said, when Jesus says those two phrases, "He who has ears, let him hear," or "Amen, amen, I say to you," our ears should perk up and we need to pay attention. And secondly, the contemporaries of Jesus' time, they denied not only the message of Christ, but the message of John the Baptist. Now we know that looking back on our Christian journey. We read about it every year, come Easter time. But it's a joyous occasion as well. Whenever we suffer for our faith, it's not an occasion for us to go around with a huge smile on our face, but we're doing something right. Let's look for strength to those who preceded us. Look for strength to Christ to get us through those hard times. Just like John the Baptist was looking at the Messiah, so should we. God bless you all. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Daily Bible Podcast. Have a great day, and God bless you.